Hey there everybody, welcome back. How you guys all doing out there? How's it going there, Mr. Dead Soul? Mr. Farmer Marks, welcome in. So we are back on PB Remastered for the final time this week. And for the next couple, well, for at least the next week anyway. So we're actually down on my grass fields by the BGA. Hey Vortex, hey Hectate, how you doing guys? Welcome in. And yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of slurry spreading to start off with. And let me get this backed up. There we go, lock that in, drop that down, and go. There we go. So yeah, so we've got this field to do, potentially the other two. And then we'll see how we get on from there. So, hey there, Mr. Ghost, how's it going, buddy? But yes, welcome in everybody. So not a lot's really been going on. I carried on doing some logging and stuff the other day and yesterday, and overall there's not a lot else to do. So yeah, just got to get this done, and yeah, I've got a fair bit of wood cut and obviously into my storage, so yay. Joy. I should actually check what I've actually got in there, shouldn't I? Let's think. What's it called? I have no idea. I think it's wood storage, isn't it? Wood distribution, there we go. So, yeah, okay, a few trailers worth there. Obviously, that is distributing over to both the sawmills and anywhere else that needs wood. So, yeah, I could get a little bit more in there, but I think for the minute, it should be fine. Oh, my goodness. There is Mr. Green Thumb Farmer. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's just wrong. That is just very, very wrong, but welcome in. And how's it going there, Mr. T. Miller? It's your Plinkle. Actually, well, you're a lot closer, Mr. T. Miller, that is for sure. But if you guys are not following Farmer Marks, T. Miller, Green Thumb Farmer, make sure to click on the links. Give them both a follow. So yes, you will catch them the next time they go live. I'm not quite sure what Mr. Green Thumb will be doing next. But yeah, I'm sure Mr. T. Miller will be back on farm simply before we know it. And what is that on the side there? Weird. Have to keep an eye out for that, but yeah. But thank Shawty, there he is with his mega fart. Welcome to Oh, right. And hello, Mr. Shawty over on YouTube. Oh, thank you for deafening me with the pipes there, Mr. Vortex. Jeez. Oh, I got it in both ears now. Oh, no, that's horrible. Did I see the link fast grow? I didn't. To be honest, I'm not really interested in making my trees grow faster because I've got a bit of an issue. But yeah, it is a nice mod to have, in all honesty, if you want to instantly grow your trees if you want to. But yes, hello, Farmer Marks over on YouTube as well. Welcome in. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, let's have a closer look. When did you send it anyway? Oh yeah, about 60 minutes ago. Trees grow 4 times as fast. This mod reduces the original growth time of all tree types to 25%. Just around. Do it! Make your dreams come true! There we go. Allowing for quick harvesting and more efficient forestry. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but personally, yeah, I'm going to keep it how it is. I don't really want to add any extra script mods or anything like that. But yes, thank you for that, Mr. T. Miller, by the way. And yes, I am trying to make my dreams come true, Mr. Miller. I am, and thank you very much for the thought, Mr. David W. and Mr. Vortex. Oh, here we go. You guys are going for it today, and yes, you are. Thank you very much for that knocking there, Mr. Hectate. Much appreciated as well. But yeah, so yeah, not a lot really going on. Oh, I do have to show you a little something. I made a bit of an oops, and I do not recommend people doing this, okay? Let me stop this here a second. Oh, my goodness. That is quite a loud sheep scream, but thank you. Oh, actually, that kind of reminds. Oh, has anybody watched Thor: Love and Thunder? In it, there's like is it goats or something that pull like a chariot? That's how they sound. That is how they can sound. So that's screaming. But anyway, so yeah, where are we? Where are we behind? So obviously, last stream, obviously we were working on this area over here. I did go through. I ended up just putting down some meadow grass for the minute. I'll probably get it cut before I create a field. Now, one of the things I did do, and it's a bit of an oops. So obviously on this mountain over the back here, I did go through. I wanted it a little bit smoother, a little bit tidier. But I made a bit of a mistake because I planted a load of tree saplings before I did the landscaping. So I've now got little floating trees. So I'm going to have to wait until these start growing to be able to remove them. There's another one right there. Yeah. So one thing I would recommend, if you are going to do any tree planting, make sure that the land is sorted out first. Otherwise, you might have that happen. Oops. Yeah. Whoops. Oh well. It's only about, was that 6 or so there? And that little ridge there. Yeah, a bit of a noob mistake, but I wasn't quite feeling quite right the other day, so. But yeah, all 250 tree saplings have now been planted. So obviously I did carry along this ridge, and then obviously I went around the sort of the back of the animal dealer and stuff down that way. So eventually they will grow in and should look quite nice, hopefully, with fingers crossed. But yeah, once those ones there start growing, obviously I'll clear them, and I'll probably just put in some placeable trees for the minute. But yeah, apart from that, the rest of the map is doing well. I do want to get into doing some mining because I want to get Gold Masters back up and running. So I might do this field, then take a break and carry on with that. Right then. Da, 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 da. There we go, let's lock that in. So yeah, we're just going to go up and down, up and down, up and down a lot for a little while. I might need to do a refill in a little while. But right now, I think it's doing well. And I think I'll get on the fishing and Plinko as well. But yes, even I make little mistakes every now and again. So I am confessing I do it from time to time. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. But what's kind of interesting, so I was coming across here, checking all the fields. It says the pH is fine, the nitrogen's fine for both of those fields. So I don't think I'm going to need to worry about doing any fertilizing on those other two fields. It's just really this one needs a little bit, just up it. However, I noticed on this bottom edge, it's got quite a lot of dark green in here already. So, and that was a total terrible turn. But yes, I am human. Oh. By the way, how's it going with your game there, Mr. Farmer Marks? Have you unlocked that, was it $1 million door yet? I know you've been working very, very hard over there. But yes. And Ladies Man 27505, how's it going? Oh, Mr. Matt, is it? Okay. Hello, Matt. I should have read your message first. But yes, Ladies Man, really? But hello, Mr. Matt. Cool. You've beat the game. Oh, well done, you. Well done, you. Nice. So I take it that was that like the last door and stuff that you had to unlock? Dang. But yes. Wow, you. See, that's the sort of kind of the games that frustrate me. It'd be nice if it carried on with something else, maybe set you off somewhere else to almost like restart. Then kill the blob. It's a dream, not real life. Indeed. Indeed, Mr. Matt. Hey, Mr. Cheers! Mr. Farmer Trucker, how you doing, guys? There we go. Well, I'm off to work. All right, T-Miller, thank you for taking your time to pop in. Much appreciated, even if it was just for a wee while. I know you got a busy work life ahead. So, yes. Oh, there we go. But yes, so it's just going back and forth for the moment anyway. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what else I need to do. Ooh, funny. But yes, anyway, so as there's a fair few people now in, so just a reminder, next week we will be starting up the Wheel of Plinko competition. Obviously, there's going to be 2 giveaways. So the first one is going to be everyone who touches the star with your emote or your character will get entered into the raffle, which will be pulled either the 23rd or the 24th of December, so right before Christmas. And for that, you will win, or have a chance of winning, a Season 2 pass for Farming Simulator 25. Now, if you're not interested in that, however, there is the chance for that one person who gets the most touches of the star to also win a £50 Steam gift card. So yes, so that will be starting on Monday. So Monday the 24th. So yes, of November. So yes. So yeah, if you want to get a chance to get a free copy of the Season 2 pass, or potentially a Steam gift card for Christmas, yes, please do join in. Obviously, the more touches, the better. And hopefully Mr. T. Miller might be up there too, you never know. But yes, there we go. So that part is announced, and yeah, one thing I will do is I'll make sure by Monday there is something in chat to remind everybody who comes in, so they can do the exclamation mark Plinko, and hopefully have quite a few names to go on the wheel this time again. So yay! Let's see. Mr. Juror says he is doing good. How are you doing this Friday? I'm not doing too bad overall. Obviously, from my injury on Monday, I am still a little bit of pain, sort of from my bum cheek on my left side, and going maybe halfway up my back. It's not good. The worst thing is my wife slapped my butt earlier because I was being a little bit cheeky, and yeah, I got a shooting pain up my back. It was not nice. But it is what it is. It's one of those things, unfortunately. But anyway, apart from that, doing well. It's the weekend after all, so yeah, chilling out for the most part. Obviously, at some point we do need to pop out to we've got to try and find some biggish white buttons for my door. We've already been to a couple of places today, couldn't find any, but we're going to try a couple of other places that we know might do them. So hopefully it's a for costume that she wants to wear to like a Comic Con, which is going to be held as beginning of next month in town. So yes, so we've got that to sort out. We have to find her the mask that she wants. We've found one for sale already, which isn't too far away from the delivery wise. The only problem is it from the looks of it is 3D printed, so it doesn't actually have the holes on the side for like the ribbon to go through. So we're trying to find other means, shall we say. But yeah, she wants one specific character from, I think it was Five Nights at Freddy's, like a clown looking thing. So yeah, we'll see. And Mr. Jers, thank you very, very much for your 35 stream streak. Much appreciated. And obviously a big huge thanks to everyone for tuning in when you can. It's much appreciated, yeah. If you do the draw on the 24th of December, I will not be here. To be honest, Mr. Jers, you don't have to be here for the actual draw. The only thing I will say is we do need to be friends on Steam, because obviously I will be sending the Steam gift card direct to your account if you win, for whoever wins basically. So yeah, but yes, obviously I know most of you guys are already friends with me over on Steam, but yeah, if you aren't already, see, my Steam friends number is 915-105-729. Just send me a friend request. I will accept it. Now, one thing I will say is I do not reply to messages through Steam. If you need to get hold of me, you can come to my streams, you can chat to me here. You can contact me on Twitch via Whisper. You can contact me on YouTube as well by putting a comment into one of the videos. I will reply as soon as I see it. Otherwise, you can get me on Facebook and Discord as well. So I know a lot of you guys already know who I am on both of them. So yes, please, no messages through Steam. And oh goody, it's raining. Does that mean my slurry will go a little bit further? So the only reason I state that is I've had a few messages already sent to me on Steam, and because some people have mentioned about being hacked through Steam, through Discord, through Facebook or wherever, I tend not to reply to any of them. So yes, I do apologize, but yeah, contact me here, YouTube, Discord, Facebook, whichever. If I know who you are, then that's cool. But yeah, I suppose the only person I might reply to is maybe Mr. Dashnet, because I know who he is, and maybe a couple other people. But over on Steam, yeah, nobody gets a reply. And oh my gosh, that is really coming down. Let's see if it's a little bit quieter in here. Ugh. Yikes. Yikes is all I can say. And Land Cruiser V8 Cullen, welcome in and thank you very much for that follow. Much appreciated. And how are you doing today? Here we go. Whoa. There we go. Well, thankfully I've got plenty of slurry, so I can waste a little bit, so hence why I'm not turning it off when I'm turning around, even though it should, in theory, stop applying, but for some reason it just keeps applying and applying and applying. Hey there, Oppies, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, did I get one as well on Prinko? I know it just reset itself, so there we go. And yeah, overall not too bad. Let's put it that way. My left side and my bum cheek aren't so great though, but overall not too bad. Actually, that's one thing I want to do. Thinking about it, I do need to go through my factory, so I might do that because I've got plenty of time left in the day. So I want to have a little look to see what needs adding and topping up and stuff. So might as well do a little bit of that. I did go through, I think it was last month, a lot of them, but I'm pretty sure there's still some that are missing bits and pieces. So hopefully now that I've run through a lot of the greenhouses, hopefully I've actually started topping up where I added new ones and such. So yes. Oh, and I've got some fish I need to get moved as well, thinking about it. I know the other day I did spot a couple of crates there, so yes. Joy fun is all I can say. But yeah, apart from that, the nice thing is the actual map itself, the save game, is just kind of trickling on nice and steadily. It's kind of cool. No, not a lot really needs to be done apart from obviously focusing in now on the fields and such. There we go. I think this is now actually the last row. Yes, it is. Oh no, I've got that edge as well to do. Hope. Oh! Is it actually going to allow me to get down there? That's the thing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Will I have enough to get all the way down the bottom? Oh. Because I really don't want to go all the way back to the cowshed just to get a few litres, just to do that last little row. I might have to though. Ooh. I might have to add another capacity onto this thing, maybe slightly higher. Oh, I know an idea. It's a bit of a cheat, but okay. I have an idea. Just to save time for doing one row, I'm going to use the Easy Dev tool to fill it back up. But what I'll do is once I get back to the cow pet shed, I'll top it back up and then delete what was in the capacity. That will work. But I'll make sure that it's fully empty, which is right there. See, it's something like half a row. It's like, seriously? However, oh, actually, I've got a better idea. I can switch it over to the AI. We'll go with that. And if I come into here, I just want to make sure that slurry is set to one of the animal pens. I didn't even think about that. Duh. I feel like such a dunce at times. So let's see. Right, so AI. So it is coming from one of the cow pens. Let's go to that one. Back. Let's hit the hired helper, and he should, but then he'll like just do that last little row. Maybe. Maybe. Hopefully. Are you going to be a pain in the behind? Should I just do it the way I was going to say? Yeah. Hey there, KW. How you doing, buddy? Yes. Okay. So into here, we'll fill that up with slurry, and then we'll delete it once it's refilled. I just need enough to just get the rest of that little row. Steering assist. Okay. And here we go. But yes. So has anybody got any plans for this weekend? Oh. I think is it Thanksgiving for you guys yet over in America? I know that's coming up very soon. I think about there I was. Yep, I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Thursday, is it? Ah, okay. I know it was. I knew it was soon. But I couldn't remember if it's this week or next weekend. But next Thursday, I was a few days out. But okay. Oh, my next day off. Oh. Oh, bless. Joy, hey, joy. There we go. That will do. Yeah, I'm going to leave the other two because it did say that the fuels were perfectly fine, so that's good. Righty, so let's come into here. Let's turn that off for a minute because I really don't need it there. There we go. So get this back and, yeah, get the tank emptied. I'm gonna... You're getting ready to head to Florida this weekend. Oh, nice. Ooh, sweet. Why Florida? Is that to spend time with some family, is it? Thanksgiving event on Fishing Planet is now 12 drops campaign going on now for 12 hours. You get a 24-hour pass at KG. Oh, the Japanese map. Oh, nice. You got family living there. Ah, fair enough. So, for those who are playing Fishing Planet, it might be worth tuning into some Fishing Planet streams and getting those drops. I'm probably going to miss most of them, but it is what it is. Well, that sounds like quite a sweet deal. We'll just sit down, watch some streams, get loads of rewards for it. So nice. Nice. There we go. Alright then, so... Yeah, I know at the minute I don't have anything to be sold, so I'm not even going to look at the prices menu right now. I know next month there's a pretty thin amount of things that need to be sold. To be honest, I don't really have quarrels about money at the minute, so yeah. Oh, I don't know. Heck, I could even go through Barrel Logistics and just delete the whole thing and put a fresh one down and start again, couldn't I? But no, I'm not going to do that. I ain't going to do that, not a chance. I have hundreds of thousands in there. But yes, as you can see, this is obviously the area we were working on the other day. I did go through a little bit more and cleared out a few more trees. But eventually I want all of these trees removed. And obviously I'm going to then expand that field in the distance there, so it covers this entire area. Now, one of the things I do need to do is this area over here. So basically where the old brick factory was, I want to go through and level it so it marries up with this field up here and just bring it around. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I want to make sure that I've got that field harvested first before I do any of that, because obviously if I make a mess up, yeah, I don't want to be deleting the crops and such. Not yet anyway. But yeah, that rain is freaking annoying and loud, isn't it? Also 60% off unlimited fishing license on quite a few waterways. Wow, that is a good deal. Wow, that is nice. Is that like a Black Friday sale? And Shawnee is on the spot, guys. Take note. As of Monday, that is where you need to be sort of aiming for. Right in the middle. Preferably above the bottom level there. But yeah, you gotta be touching. And it's got to be the actual character, not your name. Just so you're aware. Yeah, it is the first time they've ever done 60% off. Yeah, that is a friggin' good deal, and I bet a lot of people will actually be going for that to get onto those higher riverways or waterways, you say, just to get leveled up faster as well. That is pretty cool. Alright then, so there we go. We'll get this filled up. So as you can see, I've got plenty in here, but that is now full. So if I come into here, I can now empty the whole lot, so technically not cheating. And I can come into there, and that will now fill that up nicely. There we go. One of the things I do need to do at some point is put some straw into that pen, so we get some more manure out of it. But right now we're doing well with just the slurry. That's still here, that's fine. That's horrible. Oh, that's hail. That's why it's so noisy. I just realised that is actually hail coming down. Ugh. That's evil. Can I stay here for a little while? Out of interest, how long does this go on for? Because it's kind of noisy. Till about 1 o'clock. Okay, then clears up. I might just go through a little bit of time, shall we, guys? Alright, okay, let's go spend some time with the cows, hey? I don't know if it's just me, but I know Green Thumb Farmer mentioned this the other day, but is it just me, or does the ground seem to get a lot darker now since the Highlands Fishery map or the DLC came out? I don't ever remember the ground getting, especially gravel and dirt, getting as dark as this previously. It's weird. As much as it looks great, to be honest, it looks great. I will say that. But I really don't remember when it rains and such, the ground getting as dark as it is now. I don't have the unlimited kg, so I got it now, and I need, because again, alright, okay. There we go. Bye bye rain. Bye bye noisy stuff. Yes. I keep saying I'm going to go back into Fishing Planet, and yet never do. There we go. Let's see. As soon as the rain goes, the gravel seems a lot lighter again. Strange. Anyway, right then. So we are going to go with, I think, do a little bit of running around in the factories. Oh, geez, all that's taken. My goodness. All right, let's see. So glue factory is fine. Don't need to worry about the bale storages. So the August pie factory has everything it needs for the minute. Also, I did put 2 additional flower factories down, so that's helping out a little bit. The bees are fine. They're plonking along as normal. That's fine. We do need to get some cotton roll at some point. Let's have a little look at the paper factories. Paper. Factory, there's one. Okay, so that is filled up and distributing. That's got not a lot in. I wonder if I've got any wood chips anywhere. Mind you, most of it they'll be distributing over to here, so... See, apart from maybe doing a load of trees and putting into that, see, the wood actually does less than the wood chips. Might leave that for the minute. Paper has always been a pain. Born dairy, what have we got here? So we need goat milk, which is being distributed straight over. That's fine. Buffalo milk, we need to get some buffalo milk brought over here. I don't know if I've got any at the minute. Oh, geez, I need to get my animals sorted out. Let's have a look. Buffalo. Oh, you need working as well. There's not a lot in there. Oh, goody. Okay. I think we're going to be doing a quick run around on the animals. So, we're not too far from the buffalo, so we do have a tractor in here 24/7. It's got a little bit of TMR in there, so we're going to get some more sorted out. They're usually 50%. Ah, okay. So, yeah. That is a good... Seems like a good deal there, Mr. Shawnee, and anybody else playing Fishing Planet. Alright, ready then. Let's go get this refilled and get it... It's the only problem with this pen. When I put it down, I decided to put the one that didn't have the robot in it. I may go through at some point and change it to maybe the new robot. So then all I have to do is every now and again pop over, make sure that the bales are topped up and stuff. Actually, while I think about it, let me drop this little lot in here so my piggies keep going. Oh, that's another thing. I need to check out my pig food as well. There we go. Just to see how that's doing. Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure what is in there, so might as well have a little look while we're here. Let's have a look. If anything, I've been running it out. I kind of wanted to move it. Okay. Oh, yes. I need to get some root crops over here. Oh, crap. Been a little bit busy with logging and that until we've got all about that. Root crops. So I could use any root crop apart from the onions. Okay. You love Greentown Farmers TMR factory? Yeah. I like it, but I don't want to... currently, it's a little bit big, if I remember rightly. And thank you very much, Andy the Farmer, for that T-Rex roar. Strangely, my wife and daughter are actually in the living room watching Chaos Theory. It's basically an animated sideline for the Jurassic World series. It's interesting. If you got kids, it's definitely something for them to watch. Alright. Should be big sips of wine.
Billy is a nuisance. He will be gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
I don't know about that. I'm not going anywhere, so it must be on about another Billy. And ooh, that must be touching, I would say, Mr. Green Thumb Farmer. Thank you very much for that thought. I think. Oops. Start. But yeah, to be honest, I ended up just making an edit on one of the forage wagons. So it had like a 250,000 capacity, so 250,000 litres. And all I do is I focus on the gauge down here, and I do 40%, 40%, and then the rest is straw. I suppose at some point I should really start putting in the is it mineral feed? But yeah, I never do, to be honest. Never do. And they're doing fine anyway. They're always at 100% health, so I'm happy. Right, we're coming up to the 80%. And then we'll just throw in the rest with straw. It's that easy. And having the silo on the side with this is handy. But also, if you haven't got a huge capacity, I could always have spawned out the bales myself. And yes. Hey there, Mr. MacGyver, by the way. Not doing too bad. Hopefully you're doing well, sir. I wonder if that fill limiter would work on a forage wagon. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I've done it many a times where I've had to go off doing something else, and I wanted just the 40%. As long as you know the amount you want, yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, it definitely does work. Crepes, I can remember. Is it that one and that one? So yeah, see? Obviously, there's my little silo system. I can set it even lower if I want it. Well, obviously, I want it at 250 at the minute. But yes. But yeah, if you can figure out the litre-wise... Actually, I have interest. See, what would be nice if you could change it. Say, if you want it to fill to 40%, set it to 40%, then bugger off for a minute and do something else, come back, set it to 80%, and then add in the next product and do it that way. That could potentially work. But yeah, it is what it is. But yes. There we go. Let's see, all good, Billy, and still enjoying FS25 after the 2 weeks new. Nice one, MacGyver. Out of interest, what are you playing? Are you playing on the Highlands Fishery map? Kinlake. Obviously, next week, just so you guys are aware, I will be back on the Kinlake map. I believe we're actually up to spring, so there's going to be lots of contracts doing sowing. I do have a little bit of money there, which I might look into buying some more properties to expand the farm itself, but I do want to get in, do some more logging, clear maybe that area behind the farm like a lot of people are doing to make a little bit extra money. Obviously, if anybody missed it last weekend, Mr. Green Thumb was clearing that whole forestry area behind the farm and made what was about 7 million. So if you want to make a little bit of money, if you've got something like the Brucks, for example, that is a good way of doing it. Get those wood chips sold. And obviously that was, from what I believe, not even at the peak time for when he was selling. So, yeah. Yeah, you'll be on Kinlake, okay. Out of interest, for those who are playing FS25, the Highlands Fishery Kinlake, or Kinlag map, who has found all of the collectibles without cheating? I can put my hand up to say I actually found the last one Sunday, I think it was, when I was playing on there. And it was actually in a really awkward place. I decided to go for a walk along the shore and up past the dock area. I was up that corner and I found one up there, I think it was. So, yes. Definitely a fun little thing to do. Now, which one is that? That's not the one I want. I want. Oh, one thing I did do. So, thank you for mentioning. I think it was oh heck, who was it? Vortex. Was it Dead? It was either Dead Soul or Vortex. Mentioned about these dirt, these markers. I love them. I like them. They're great. If you haven't seen these are actually on the in-game mod hub. They're called the Placeable Tire Track mod. And if we come into here, for example, as you can see, you can actually place little decals on the ground itself. It's kind of like your wheel tracks, as it were. I think they were under others. Yeah, right here. So you got a whole variety. Obviously, you could just have the actual tire track themselves if you wanted to, or you could have like a whole road almost set up, so like a wide version. And there's quite a few there as well. So different curves, different lengths, different widths, stuff like that. There's also like a T-junction there, which would probably be nice maybe here, for example. Actually, I might even put one down just to show it off. There we go. But yeah, you got straight ones, curved ones. It's kind of cool, so you can really go to town with it. The only thing is you cannot sell them, so you'd have to probably remove the mod if you made a bit of a mistake. It's the only thing I found is you cannot sell these, which is a bit of a pain in the behind. Right then, I need a truck, I need a trailer, and I need some root crops. So we're going to grab this guy here. We'll jump in here, and we'll grab the trailer next door. Actually, this is one thing I want to set up at some point with auto drive, is a parking area. I know it can be done, but I've never actually set it up. But I want to give it a try at some point. There we go. Actually, I think it was Dead Soul, I should say, that mentioned about them, which is kind of cool. But yeah, thank you very much for that. There we go. Yeah, so basically what I mean by parking area is using auto drive to go to a specific parking spot. So like parking spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's in this shed, would be quite nice. So if I'm over the other side of the map, I can just set auto drive to drive up here, and it'll be parked in the shed there. Obviously, primarily, I'm actually going through, just sending it to the unload spot there. Let's grab some sugar beets, though. Plenty of them. I don't really need too much, so I'll get about 100,000 litres. That'd be more than enough, I think. To be honest, I don't even think it's going to need that much, but we could always drop. Oh, bugger it! I'll just fill it up and then I'll drop off some at the sugar factory as well. Thinking about as well, we're at it. And Unforgiven Gaming, welcome back in, and thank you very much for that T-Rex roar, much appreciated. Here we go. And I think if I remember rightly, you actually gave me I was going to say follow, but a subscribe over on my YouTube channel. Much appreciated for that as well. There we go. But yes, working on that YouTube partnership at the minute, and we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Just need a fair few more hours watched, and yes, I'll be there on that first stage, I guess. I think I haven't missed anything else. Oh, what was that? Need 2 more but we're persistent. Find some sooner or later. All right, yeah. Okay, there. Collectibles. You got 2 more to go. Oh, nice. Well, if you need any help, yeah, next week I could hint, I suppose, at where there's a few places. Oh, that took a lot more than I expected. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I put root crops quite high, didn't I? Thinking about it. Yeah, that'd be fine actually. Yes. But yeah, things are not doing too bad over here on the farm. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting one next week when we get back onto Kinley, because it's a complete different kettle of fish over there, that's for sure. So one of the things I do need to go do is go through the mods that I've got, because I do want to get a couple of the ones off of here, take it over to there to help out, like so. Yes, there we go. But there's no great rush for them. But yeah, need to make sure that that gets worked in as well at some point. Well, watching you on YouTube and chatting on here. Well, one thing I will say as well, guys, for those over on YouTube watching and lurking, if you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up. Much appreciated. All helps. Or if you really don't like what you see, do the thumbs down. But yes, it does help out a lot. Oh, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Yes, I did. Just about. I might have to get a second load over here, but we'll see. I don't know. Should we? It's 300,000, so there's plenty there. Should we? Cuts are fine. Sugarcane is fine. Okay, that seems pretty good for the minute. That seems to be pretty good. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. Sweet. There we go. Oh, I need to check on my water as well at some point to see how that is doing. My little silo. Actually, while I'm up here, let's just whiz around to the vodka factory to see how the potatoes and stuff are doing over there. I've kind of been leaving it alone to let it empty out on a lot of things, especially the crop wise, to make life a little bit easier so I can keep a closer watch on it. But let's have a little look. So we'll come inside here, hope we get a little pop-up. Potatoes, 40, oh geez, 46,000 litres, is that all? That is getting low, so we might actually grab some potatoes. We've got plenty of space there, so okay, a couple of loads there. One of the things I should really do is reset up some of the auto drive routes for these factories again, shouldn't I? Now I do know I did add them in, but I don't know if it's detecting them. I wonder. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want auto drive. Cause I did. Oh, it is in here. Good. Oh yeah, because I re-added auto drive, didn't I? So that is good. Yeah, in case you weren't aware, yes, a couple of the factories do have auto drive routes in them. Right, so let's go grab some potatoes. We'll get this sorted out. Actually, one thing I will do, I'm just going to make sure that there is connected first of all. So we're going to be coming in from here first of all, and can I might have to do it manually from the other side, but we'll do that now that it's done and out of the way. So I think we'll start it back here. We'll click on record. There we go. We'll swing it out. And we'll bring it in. Oh, a little bit wide there, but also it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We'll stop at there. Connect that to there. Super. No, so we do need to set up the other end as well. So that's where it comes in. Now the nice thing is with the way I was able to get it to work, this should hopefully be connected up here. No, it's not. That's interesting. Connect that to there. So obviously you've got one section going inside, one coming around to unload the potatoes. So the inside would be where pallets and stuff go. There we go, that is fine. Then from here, we'll do it. No, we don't want a two-way, we want a one-way. Let's just delete that, we'll do one-way. There we go, bring this around. There we go. And I need to do a little bit of landscaping here as well, so let's stop that there a second. So there, I'll take that wide. There we go. To there. And we'll bring that wide up to there. Super. Let's get rid of that. You know, you can use auto drive and the in-game helper. Yes, I do know. I do it quite often. Sometimes the in-game helper doesn't always like going into the factory areas. I will say that. Unless you're using, or I'm using, auto drive itself. That's still a bit too big. There we go. But yeah, especially something like this, I find the base game helper has issues navigating around here to unload. I don't know why. We might give it a try in a minute closer. But yeah, one of the things I have noticed for quite some time is the base game helper does not like Green Thumb's bascule bridges. That is the only one I seem to have issues with. That and actually the flat bridge, to be honest. So both of the bridges basically are buildable. Don't know why, it's kind of crazy, even though they do have the auto drive route on them, or the AI spline should say on them. It just doesn't like it for some reason. If I want to send, say, a truck from over here over to Ken's, which is obviously in the other corner of the map, it won't like it unless I'm on the other side of the bridge, as it were. So if I was actually over by the vehicle shop or the museum over there, I could send it over there fine and it'll do its job. But if I was to set it from here to go over there, it won't even do anything. It'll say it can't reach it. It's kind of weird. It is very, very weird. I just don't get it. But yeah, obviously using auto drive, that does help. Hence why I tend to use both, to be honest. I really, really do use a lot of both, depending on where it's heading. But I haven't gone through yet and fully added all of the routes back onto the map, so there is that. Oh, looks like I'm going to use most of this up. Oh. But yeah, obviously I did have most of the map set up with routes going to the different fields, and I had an issue one week. So I ended up having to take it out and put it back in, and I lost all of my routes. The ones that did come back were all messed up, so I ended up having to take it completely out, delete all the configuration folders and everything for auto drive, and I had to add it back in, and I've slowly been adding different routes back in here and there, but not as much as I did previously. There we go. But yeah, it's not a big deal because I don't mind doing some of the trucking myself, in all honesty. At least then I know it's getting done, so there is that. Actually, let's see if we can do it from here. So, hired helper. Oh. Yeah, I know with, well, especially with auto drive, it has a lot of uses. Obviously, one of the big things I'm trying not to use it as much, but I do want to be able to use like the in-game helper more. I'm pretty sure in 22, especially at the beginning, there was a way of using the base game AI to unload harvesters and then deliver it to a specific sell point or unload area. It doesn't seem at the minute to be working for me personally. Right then, so create a job. We're going to be doing a delivery. Obviously, I need to go to the vodka factory, so it'll be under V. So let's come back here to V, the vodka factory right there. And I don't tend to mess around with that because that should be where I am at the minute. So we're going to click on looping and start that and see how this does. So I'm not actually doing any of this. I'm going to put my hands in my pocket and say, hello, Squirt Mods, how are you doing? Good morning to you, buddy. Actually, I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. Now, the biggest problem as well, I have noticed from time to time, is they do get a little bit too close into the hedge here. I'm kind of considering maybe making the roads a little bit narrower, which may help the hired helper work a bit better. Now, I'm not quite sure which way he'll go, to be honest, so we're just going to sit here and watch how this dude does himself. I'm hoping he'll turn down here, maybe? But yeah, also depends on the textures on your ground. From what I remember from Mr. Dagenet's mapping stuff, obviously the primary one you want is like asphalt, but gravel, they're quite hot up there, but mud and grass and stuff like that, they should completely ignore unless absolutely necessary. But obviously where this is quite wide, he may have that a little bit of an issue, so I might look into doing a little bit more of what I've started up here and creating little islands in between the actual barns and the animals here, just to make it a little bit easier for him. Oh, he's getting there, he's getting there. But he's doing his job. This is what I want. I want to be able to do all this sort of stuff that auto drive can do, but using the base game helper. So unloading a harvester would be great. Doing things like dropping stuff off at the composter, for example, would be great, where it can actually back up the ramp to unload the stuff. Obviously, it's all at the minute set up, so you have to drive over a trigger to unload for giant stuff. I would just love it to be able to reverse and back up a ramp, as it were, and unload a product that way. Another one as well with the flower factory, that also has the splines added to it. Obviously, I've been playing around, if you guys remember, a few months ago with a couple of factories. Obviously the vodka factory was one, the flower factory was another, and I'm pretty sure you guys now have that as well, for those who are just doing fresh starts. So yeah, that should be set up. I don't think I've gone through the sugar factory yet and set that up with the splines, but obviously if Mr. Dagenet does come back and creates a new map, one of the things I am going to be focusing on with the updated factories is that all of them come with splines for the AI helpers. Gotta catch you later. You have a good weekend. Alright, Mr. Jez, thank you very much. I am kind of paying attention to chat, but yes, thank you very much for the fart as well, and you have a great weekend as well, bud. I will see you bright and early on Monday. Well, brightish early on Monday. To be honest, it's really late for us, but yeah. But there we go. That is definitely working fairly well. A little bit wiggly wobbly, I suppose, best way to put it. But yeah, being able to get the AI helper like this to unload into the composter is not going to be easy, that's for sure. But yeah, that's another thing as well I realised is I never actually set up this fill plane to move. So when it fills up, this raises up. And this is also meant to be scrolling. So that is one of the other things I need to work on for the next versions of these factories. If and when Mr. Dave comes back to us and wants more factories again. If they are going to be staying. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. It actually went a different way to the way the spline is been added. So I had both the splines married together and go out of that gate there. It's taken it upon itself to come out that other gate. That is clever. That is very, very clever. But yeah, maybe having slightly narrower roads, more like this for example, everywhere, would be a better option. Now the thing is, if you've got multiples going at the same time, are they going to crash into each other? Or are they actually going to stay one on the left, one on the right, the way they should be? Also, are they detecting the train when that's coming around? There's a lot of questions, that's all I can say. But yes, I do like using the base game AI, that's for sure, more than Auto-Drive when I can. But there we go. Right, so this guy should now turn left here, hopefully? Or is he going to go straight ahead? Okay, so yeah, he's going to carry on down this way. Cool. Will he go down the hill? That's the thing. Or will he turn right? Let's see. He's doing his little wiggle. See, this is what would worry me. I will say, Giants have done a great job to start off with. Hopefully, in the future, it will get better and better and better. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely 22 was a bit of an improvement with the obviously this being added. 25 with the field work being edited, being the way it is now, is a huge improvement over previous years. Yes, it's doing pretty well. It is doing pretty well. Let me get rid of that actually, because that's just annoying now. The only thing I would like is it's got maybe a little bit faster. 36 kilometers is a little bit sluggish, mate. Come on. Come on, you can go faster. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean in just a minute once he's finished. Actually, I might take over in just a sec. There we go. So, I'll show you what I mean. So, if I want to go from here over to Ken's, for example. Let me just put it over here. So if I go into the hired helper menu, so I want to do a delivery. Actually, let me just do a go to. No, actually, yeah, I'll do a delivery to. Obviously, what was I saying? Ken's. So if we go to Ken's, for example. Sorry about this. We're going to go flick. K. We want K. F. G. Maybe I should have gone with Heinz. There you go. So Heinz factory, that is literally the other side of the map as well, up in the top corner. So obviously that has got to traverse over a lift bridge down here. And hopefully we'll then just drive around that way. Now, previously, it's had issues, shall we say, going over bridges. So we'll see how it does now. Obviously, it was a few months ago that I last tried this. So we shall see. He's definitely gone a lot faster, which is a good sign, maybe. Not quite sure why he's going in here for. Oh, he might be going back to the start for that previous one. Not quite sure where he's heading, actually. Dude, excuse me. Where you going? Oh, is he actually being clever and going to refuel himself? That would be really clever. Nope, okay. Oh, I thought I was going to be really impressed there and he'd refill himself. But that's kind of cool. He's actually traversed himself all the way around that building to get back to the point where we kind of almost started. Okay, clever dude. Now go. Go. Oh, do you need a crop something in there? Is that what it is? Hang on a sec. Let's put some wheat in there. Go. Yeah, there you go. So it's now come up with AI worker A stopped on unexpectedly invalid crop for a selected target. Really? What goes in? Okay, what goes into Heinz then, crop wise? Let's have a little look. See if we can get a crop. That's clever. I bet this is gonna cause me to be a freaking light. No, I have had issues going over bridges, I will say. Ken's. Nope, I want Heinz. Heinz there. What we got? Corn. We could. Oh, there we go. We've got some. Oh, soybean. I don't think I've got any at the minute, actually, but we'll give this a try. That's what we're going. Soybeans, soybeans, soybeans. There we go. Right, let's try again. So I won't bother worrying about that. Just click on go. Yeah, see, instantly it says target is unreachable. See, instantly it doesn't like it because of the bridges. It's weird, I don't know why. But I'm gonna bet at least. I'll bet my save game that if I was actually to traverse myself over these bridges, it will work perfectly fine once on the other side. Let's see. Right, so we'll stop it right there. So we're over the bridge. So technically the route now he should be able to get to without needing any bridges. Actually, what I will just do, I'm going to put the point here where we are. So we'll start there. Go. Oh, he's even misbehaving there. That's interesting. How about I just do no loop from where I am. Go. Nope, doesn't even want to do it from here now. That's interesting. Now, if I was to do a set a destination, let's see if that will work now. To there. Let's see. It might be that the factory, because the factory isn't set up properly for splines to unload at. Nope, it's even misbehaving with that one now. See, this is the only thing it bugs me. It could just be that because there's no splines on there, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But oh well, it is what it is. But oh well, let's get back and carry on doing those spuds for the minute. Actually, I do want to do a quick run to the McCain's factory with some potatoes, because obviously I need to keep that going. And maybe the Frito-Lay, so we'll focus on that first, and then anything that's left can go into the vodka factory. But yes, I do need to, I think next year, need to make sure that I've got a fair few potato fields set up. This year has not been too bad overall. But I am now getting very low on the old spuddy roonies. I think this year I've got a couple of fields already planted, so hopefully that'll be enough to at least keep them ticking over. I also need to look at my whiskey factory. I keep forgetting this is even in here. Nope. I want. Can I tag on that? No. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go, that's what I want. Duh. There we go. Yep, that should be fine for the minute. Okay. He should be fine. It doesn't really go through much corn, that whiskey factory, does it, guys? I've noticed, and it's rather slow at producing. It's kind of nice. It's what all the other factories I think should be like. But yes, there we go. Right then. Actually, oh, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Right, so that is a pickup spot. So if I was to come into a hired helper from here. Now, if I go to do a delivery and I want it to go to the Heinz factory, so click through to H, F, G, Heinz, not Heinz, I don't want Heinz, I want, hang on, McCain is what I want, M, so McCain, L, McCain's factory, which is just over the bridge. So the reason I chose that, so it's got two options. One is to go over the two bridges, so you got the flat bridge and you have the bascule there. But in addition, if it wanted to, it could actually drive along the road here that I've set up. I've got another road that comes down here and into it, so we'll see if this works or not. Nope, I didn't like it. That's interesting. So from here, it will not do it. Now, is that because it doesn't have splines for unloading and such? That could be what it is. Because also it worked with the vodka factory, but it didn't with the others. But it's kind of weird. Obviously, I know that Green Thumb's added the splines, the AI splines. So why is it not detecting them correctly and using it the way it's meant to be? See, I would have the AI coming this way, down here, down this little road. See, it's fair. It might be a little bit too tricky. That might be where it is, where the road is quite close. I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll come down here. So it should be easy. It might get a little bit wibbly-wobbly over here. This is why I also have auto drive, because obviously I don't want to quite yet fully have to use the base game one, because it does still have issues where it doesn't want to go into certain factories. But what I could start doing is looking at adding those splines in and just see if they will work. Alright then. It's an idea, it's an option. Because yeah, like I've always said, I would rather do without the, well, what you call it, auto drive, and just use what Giants have added. That would make life so much nicer. And maybe one day have palette visuals back and stuff like that, yeah. I thought we decided it was a collision issue. It might be. It could be the collision on the bridges, I don't know. But if it was, then how come auto drive will drive over them? It's weird. Oh. Yes, it could be the collision, definitely. But the thing is, Giants have added bridges onto their base game maps, and the AI will work perfectly fine going over them. It's weird, I don't know. It just doesn't quite make sense. Oh, I really don't know. These things confuse the crap out of me. That's all I can say. Is it because of the height, maybe, on the bridge? Where you're driving onto the bridge, it's quite raised up. Maybe that collision is what's causing the issue. Thinking about it. Have to give it a try on Kinlake. Get it to go over a bridge and see if it will do it. I'm kind of thinking if you set it from, say, the vehicle shop to go to maybe the preserve factory. I know it has to obviously go down the road and then cross over on a bridge or two to get to it, so yeah, it's kind of it's tricky actually, especially with the bridge, isn't it? Splines are a pain in the behind. There we go. Right, what I think I'm going to do is a whiz back. I'll fill this back up. I don't think I've got any more potatoes needed down here. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go grab the rest of those potatoes, because I think there's only about 50,000 litres left, if that. And we'll stick the rest back into the vodka factory and keep that going. Don't export it out as a spline, yeah. There's got to be a way. There must be a way of lining the splines to the plane just above the bridge itself. We try actually a green thumb out of interest. When you're in the editor, for example, adding the splines, have you tried using a plane? So create a plane and then set that just above the top of the bridge itself, and then recording the height from there. Would that work or not? I don't know if that would even work, to be honest, but maybe. You've hit middle two in a row. Wish they were being counted. Oh, Hecate! Yeah, if only. If only. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things I want to really do is, yeah, like I said, for any future factories that we do is to make sure that the AI splines are all in there. Whether it's a storage or a production or whatever, I want to make sure that they're in there before the release. Oh, okay, it's a little bit more, 80,000, so that will definitely clear that lot out. Sugar is fine, sugar cane was fine. Red beets can go into a preserve factory. I'm just going to go through all my silos here now, actually. See if I can get some of this cleared out. So, red beets go into... Actually, I need to get some... Dang it. Something ain't quite right there going on. I have to have a look. Preserve factory for red beets, wasn't it? So, let's have a look. MNO preserve. Preserve. Wouldn't mind a bigger preserve factory that goes a little bit faster. Okay, so I can get carrots over here, so that's fine. I don't know if I've got any green beans, but I'm sure I've got some parsley and get some red beets over here, so that's good. I think a lot of this stuff, I might need my multi-trailer next. Right then. Let's see. Yeah, I've only done a little bit of messing around with splines, and yes. You can add the XYZ on a spline, you can only move them with the gizmo. Oh yeah, I was thinking, what do you mean by gizmo? Yeah, I got you. Yes. I'll have to have a look later on and yes. Oh hey, I'm touching my feet. You are touching with your feet, if only that was counting there, Green Thumb. Yes, but as of Monday, any of those touches will be recorded. Just remember that, guys. Just remember. There we go. Oh. But yes, I'll have a look because it's been a little while and my brain isn't quite with it. So you can't even do Control B with it. I take it then, Green Thumb. I thought when I did the splines for the here, I was doing Control B, so it went up and over. I might be wrong. Because I'm pretty sure the actual spline on here was able to go higher or raise it up as I did Control B. Right, there's that. So let's go get those red beets. And we'll start on the preserve factory. And only on the individual, but what do I know? Splines are. Oh, okay. I suppose the 22 one should still work in 25, in all honesty. I don't think they've actually changed. But yes, there's a whole lot of things I got to remember and I've got to learn myself, so I could be completely wrong. But yeah, guys, the joys of modding, especially doing productions and stuff like that. Yeah, they're not easy, that's for sure. Actually, one thing I will say, I did mess around on this map with doing an AI spline. I know it already has one in there, but I redid the one going up this hill. And I'm pretty sure I did Control B with it to raise it up so it locked it onto the level as it was going up. But yes. We go. Right, so let's go grab some of those red beets. Now, one thing is, how much can go into that factory? I cannot remember, so let's have a look. 240, so let's limit this trailer. So 240,000, okay. And yes, I do have a little bit in storage, so it's kind of cool. Maybe on the next... Well, they work okay with auto drive, I will say that. It makes life a little bit easier connecting up to them. But yeah, for some reason the AI... I might have a little look and see if I can figure something out for you as well. If I ever get it working myself, I will let you know, Green Thumb. But yeah, but right now... Yes. The base game helper, the AI, just does not like our bridges. It is following the splines, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, if you have auto... Actually, I just suddenly thought. Now, obviously, if I come into here and I set it to show... Yeah, looking at the spline, where it's being placed, some are on top, but others, like this one here, are actually below the surface. Same with that one, it's a little bit low. So that could be the issue. So if you had like a nice, completely flat bridge, where it's level, it may work better. And the niche bridge is also, yeah. See that one that I'm at the minute, that's not too bad. I think it would be okay with that. But it's just where it's going up that ramp from the looks of it. Obviously that side is very low on all of them, but this side here appears to be okay, I would say personally. Because obviously if you look at these ones, these are the ones that I've recorded. They're actually set a little bit higher, so... Lego Slevin! Welcome in buddy! How are you doing? And thank you very much for that follow. Much appreciated. So for anybody just joining, we are on PV Rivers Remastered by Mr. Dajnet, as usual. But as of next week, we will be heading back to the Highlands and doing Kinlag. And oh my gosh, we are being violated, I mean raided, by Mr. Cope TV Gaming. Welcome in, buddy. How was American Truck Simulator and how was the stream, sir? If you guys are not following Mr. Cope TV, make sure to click on that link, give him a follow. He is a great content creator. He does Farm Simulator, he does American Truck Simulator, he does Diablo, and a whole variety of different games. Definitely well worth checking him out, guys. Let's get rid of that auto drive thing now, because I'm going to do the work myself for the minute, because, yeah, why the heck not? Got nothing else to do at the moment. But yes, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. There we go. That's one thing I do need to remember is obviously my little project I'm currently working on is to add splines in places as well. Oh, that's going to be fun. That is definitely going to be fun. Oh yes, I wanted to get in and do some mining because I need to get my gold masters back up and running. Didn't I? Got sidetracked with root crops. Morning Billy, stream was short but awesome as always, and you took out for the chat. Oh, you're very, very welcome, and glad you had a great stream. I totally understand about the short streams I have to do myself, but yes, it's fine. Right, so somewhere along here should be a preserve factory. We've got the juice factory there, preserve right there. Nearly went right past it, so here we go. We'll get that into there. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. The mining. I want to get the gold masters back up and running because I'm pretty sure the sand anyway has now run out. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute. I need to get over there. Oh, I just realised. I can probably use my joystick again on the wheel loader because it always seems to be fine over there. So let's jump over here quickly. We'll get this sorted out. Let me just check these first of all. That is the gravel. Yes, the gravel needs to be filled up. Okay. I had a feeling. And the sand. Yep, and the sand. Okay, so yeah. Definitely need to get them working again. Oops. Oopsie-derps. There we go. Thankfully I do have a little bit of sand in here. Ready. See, my joystick works perfectly fine with this and telehandlers and stuff like that, but as soon as I put it onto like a tree harvester, for example, issues galore. It is a pain in the behind. It really, really is. Billy, can you explain the mining materials on Dave's map? Well, apart from the camera, which is every now and again plays up, well, that's fine. It's not the same as in 22 or on JD's map. So, if you're on about these right here, Mr. Cope. So basically, let me come out a bit because that's a little bit noisy. So if you're on about these little piles of sand, for example, so with the miners that are around the side here, they basically dump product onto the ground. In essence, there's basically a trigger right here. I don't know if it'll show. Yeah, there you go. So this lovely little box that you see around each of the piles is basically where the mining materials will spawn. So these are basically spawn triggers for the materials. It's something that's been in the game for quite a while. With the FS22 Silver Run map, where you've got the ore mine, that also does a similar way. So if you're trying to figure out how to do this way, what I would do is go onto this my Trello, and there's actually the mine itself as a mod that will show you how it's all set up. It's a little bit tricky in all honesty, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's pretty easy to set up. The same thing is done with sawmills in all honesty, but yeah, on here it's mainly the mining materials. It's kind of curious that I think the 22 and 25 woodchip piles are also set up the same way, but I might be wrong. But yeah. I don't fully understand it myself, but that is how they basically work. There's a little trigger there that will fill up with the mining materials. Oh, to get them, break the rocks. Okay, so that's even easier. Right, so with this mine here, so depending where you are, so if I'm zooming in here, for example, so depending where you start, obviously you have a tunnel wall right here. You have a tunnel wall down the bottom here. Firstly, you will need to own the land that the doorway is on. So if you're starting down here, for example, you may need to own 180 as well as probably either 185 or 187. I think it's 185 if I remember rightly to get in there. The reason I say you may need to own 180 is if you position yourself right, you can actually do it without owning this plot. But to make life easier, maybe purchase that and then sell it afterwards is an option. If you need to get into this side here, you may need to either own 182 or 181 for this tunnel walls. It could be that one is actually on one land, the other's on the other, because there's two doors here. But once you own the land, you'll then need to go into the shop and under, oops, I went right past it, the skid steer attachments, you're going to need this little Paladin SFB 750. This will break those rocks that are in the tunnel. Now, you may need to go up and down, trying to clear quite a few. But most, if I remember rightly, it's just basically one sheet, you break into it, it should drop product onto the bottom, and then go on and on and on, kind of like it was in 19, almost. But instead of using dynamite, you're using the rock breaker. Obviously on Boomhauer's Trello, he has made an edit of that paladin that will fit onto front loaders and stuff like that, so you don't have to necessarily use a skid steer, but it's entirely up to you. But that's literally all you have to do. Just get that paladin, start pounding away at those walls, and you should be good to go. You may want to have a wheel loader or something at hand, just so you can pick up the materials as you're going. Now I'm pretty sure it's these far end ones I want. And Mr. Cope, you may want to end your stream because Mr. Dead Soul says you're still live. But what you could always do, if you actually go back to my early streams for this map, it should show you how to get started with a mine. It's either the first... Oh crap. I think it's like the first or maybe the second stream that I did on here was getting into the mines. And yep, that is an issue. I've got an issue. I dumped a load on the ground. Oh well, oh well. Don't worry, it's not just you. I know several people who do that, so it's not just you, and it's not old age, so yes. I don't know. I'm over the trigger. And I actually replaced all of my gold masters to make sure that the thingamabob was there. So you don't do that. But I do have a way of sorting it out. Oh, where'd my sheds gone? Oh crap, I must have deleted that mod by mistake. I had some Green Thumb Farmers sheds over here and they're now disappeared. Oh well, it's okay, I can cope. Yes, with these gold masters you do need to add the water in, which is literally around the back there. Obviously you got the sand or gravel, depending on which one you put down, which goes up on the ramp. You also need diesel, which will go in this little area here. And then output wise, you get obviously the gold jars, which then go down into either a blacksmith or the built-in steel factory to make the gold bars to be sold. This also has clean fill, and one thing I will say once again, oh that's a point, with clean fill, just to remind you guys, with the gravel, with the concrete factory I should say, you can use either gravel or clean fill. With the way the trigger is set up, you can manually input either or. Unfortunately, there we go. Unfortunately, where it is set up, you cannot distribute to that one particular trigger either of the products. I know somebody on Facebook was asking about it. Whoa, crap. They were trying to find gravel fill, and obviously it's a little made up name. I should actually change it to be the gravel or clean fill, to be honest. But yes. So yeah, if you want clean fill, you can get it from obviously the Gold Masters. Gravel is in the mines. And I'm really disliking this little trailer when trying to back up. There we go. Made it. Okay, there's a little bit left over, so that is fine. That can go into my little sand silo, which I can never remember which one it is, but these all need to be refilled at some point. But yeah, I know every now and again some of those discharge. I think it's the discharge collision or whatever it's called. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure that it's not in there, so I've had issues previously, hence why it overfills. It shouldn't do, but it should. It does. There we go. Actually, as we're here, I should see. Have we got anything in here? Not a lot in here, so that's fine. Tip trigger, that's the one, thank you. My brain is not quite working. It's Friday after all. I've had enough for one day. Or 1 week. Right, so there's that. So let's grab some gravel. Yes, a tip trigger collision that prevents it from overfilling. Every now and again, for me anyway, doesn't seem to like working. Let's see. So that was sand. So that one I want. I can never remember. Now, one thing I would recommend, if you are using auto drive and you want to find a way around your mine, it might be worthwhile setting up auto drive to come through all of the mines. Okay, that's the sands. Okay, that's not the one I want. That's one of the things I did before I accidentally had issues with auto drive. I actually went through all of the mines and set them up saying sand mine here and gravel one here and the coal one here. And yeah, it made life getting around that a little bit easier. Obviously, I've got to go through again at some point and sort them all out. But yeah, it's a pain. It's like a maze in here, it really is. And also trying to find your way back out is a nightmare at the best of times. Ready, let's come in here. There we go. I just checked. They are in there, yeah. I don't know why. I really don't know why some are okay and others aren't. It might be me. I have no idea. I might run them out again and delete them and put them down. Yeah, it's definitely only at times with a bucket. Tipper trailers are fine, or trailers are fine. I haven't had any issues. Just whenever I've got like a wheel loader or a bucket or something. And it's not every single one. That's what's even weirder. It only seems to happen on one or two things. It's kind of crazy. Really, really is. Now, one thing I will say, if you are going to use a wheel loader on these little spots, try taking them on an angle. One of the big things in 19 I found is with the mines that are on PV County, if you're using a wheel loader like this in a bucket, taking it on an angle seems to work easier at picking the materials up rather than taking it head on, as it were. It's almost like you're taking it on one of the edges, for example, and it just goes in really nice. Look at that. It's very strange. I don't get it. There we go. But yeah, I've kind of carried on with that hypothesis, and it seems to be working. There we go. I've had issues with giants, small cement factory when tippered with the bucket. Yeah, it might be that the collision isn't quite right. I don't know. And yeah, if you actually see the camera start going up like that, And then obviously it just jump. For some weird reason, every now and again, my joystick likes moving the camera, so I have to reposition it. Don't know why. It's weird. There we go, that's not too bad. But yes. Yeah, obviously one of the things with that tip collision trigger, I usually just grab one straight from one of the Giant's factories and just extend the size of it. I haven't actually created one from scratch, so maybe there's something in there that isn't quite right. I don't know. And my earbud is about to die. Oh crap. There we go. That's not bad, 85%, that's fine. There we go. That's fine. That is fine and unforgiving gaming, by the way. Welcome in over on YouTube. I did see your comment. I got a bit sidetracked there. Are you using a steering wheel? I play FS with a controller since I can't use pedals. Yes, I do have a steering wheel. Just so you are aware, I know that Wheels 24/7 also can't use his legs basically, but he's actually got his wheels set up so certain things like the accelerator and brake are actually on his wheel. So there is ways around it using a steering wheel, and I've had similar issues in the past where there it's gone over again, where my wheels have conflicted with something else within the game, I guess, and I actually went at one point through and had my accelerator, because obviously I've got the Logitech G920, I think it is if I remember rightly. I actually had the accelerator on one side and the reverse on the other, and it's got the little the floppy gearbox paddle things. Made life so much easier for a little while, but yeah, I have actually now been able to go back through, got my wheels working and my pedal working and everything the way I want it to. Turned out it was the middle pedal was causing an issue. But yes, it's weird. But yeah, obviously, if anyone noticed on that other gravel one there, when I was tipping out with the bucket, it overfilled again. It's a weird one. Doesn't seem to make sense. See, right there. Oh well, it's up and running, that is the main thing, and at some point they will start producing. Just out of interest, and now I've got that there. I'm just wondering how much gold I actually have. Let me sort my earbud out quickly, there we go. Before that stopped producing, so right here, enter vehicle. Wow, holy heck. Ooh, ah. When can we send gold? See, I've got this now full. Now, does this gonna show gold bars? Let's have a look. Gee. Gold bars right there. At the bank. Oh, it's not going to show the full amount. Okay, I'm going to have to guess this. I'll say July. That's 2 months away. Screw it. I'm going to sell it because... Yes. Because I can. And I have no worries about money. And that's weird. Where's my gold gone? My truck looks empty. What's going on? Yeah, something funky's going on with the... Has anybody else noticed that? Since this last update, fill planes and such just don't seem to be working quite right. It's weird. Also, what's going on with the glass here? It looks a little bit white. That's weird. I have no idea. But oh well. I don't know. I really don't know. Nope, next 101. One thing I will say is I did go through and remove the weight issue. I don't know if anybody else has tried selling gold with this thing. It's very slow and sluggish if it's full. So I actually went through the XML and played around with the weights and made it a lot lighter for transporting like 100,000 litres worth of gold. Oh, there we go. Right, let's see how much we get for this little lot. Excuse me? Oh, there we go. That was weird. Excuse me, hello? That's crazy. Okay, I have no idea, but at least a couple of million there. Yeah, something a little bit bad going on there, if you ask me. Well, we got it all sold. That's the main thing, yeah, but I'd say it's around about, what, 3 million there? I don't know. So that's not bad for a day's work. And for some reason my eye has now started watering. I don't know what's going on there. Crazy. But yeah, if we ever do another update to the map, one of the things I do want to do is sort out that water tower. I want to change it so it actually reads PV Rivers Remastered. So yes. That is weird. Yes, definitely want to... Actually, I might do that this weekend, see if I can get that sorted out. Because it's kind of daft. We're on PV Rivers, and yet that says a completely different map. Riverbend, isn't it? It's not quite there. But yes, I do use a wheel, I use a keyboard, I've got pedals. I've also got a Logitech joystick as well, that every now and again plays up, or quite often plays up with stuff, but it's not too bad. It's a good little setup. Yeah, I think around about there should be okay. But that'll do fine. So yeah, everything is up and running. Actually, to be honest, at the minute, the only thing coming out of here really is nails and those gold bars. I need lots and lots and lots of nails. That's all I can say. Right then. What we got? We got about 6-7 minutes. So that's done. That's done. Okay, so back to the factories, I guess. So we were working on the preserve factory, I think it was the last one we were doing there. So might as well carry on for the minute with that, because I know that's got a fair few things that can go into it. Preserve fruits, right there. So we can get some carrots in here if we've got any. Green beans, parsnips, peas, spinach. I've got plenty of spinach. Okay, that's a good start. Now if I do this, I can jump straight over to my truck as well. Look at that, yay. That was lucky I didn't land inside the trailer itself. But yeah, so we'll just keep going back and forth. Actually, I might grab my other trailer for the next load of stuff. Right. Oh, and I need to have a look at the juice factory as well at some point. See what's in there that needs to be sorted out. Oh man. Oh, I just realised one. Oh man, I was a doofball. I haven't got many root crops in, so like the the carrots, parsnips and stuff like that, red beets. Oh. Fiddle. Oh well. Said that, it did say, what was it, 5 million litres of red beets, so I'm sure that'll be fine for the minute. It's just the others. Oh, I do have peas in. I don't have any spinach at the minute. I don't look at. I'm pretty sure I've got over 5 million litres of spinach, so I should be okay with that, to be honest. But let's go back. We'll grab the Lord King. So I'll be able to then do, what, 4 crops all at the same time with that? So, but yes. But yes, I am definitely looking forward to be back on Kinlake next week. Joy. Joy, fun, joy, fun, joy, joy, fun. Now, the only thing I would like, it maybe in the future, if Giants adds that as a base game map next time around, is maybe having that one expanded as a 4X. I think that'd be kind of cool. That would be very, very cool. Right, let's come into here. Come the back way in, because it makes the life a little bit easier. Here we go, go into here. And stop. There we go. Disconnect you. There we go. Go. Yes, I will say, since I've started trying to do more and more in-cab views, as you can see, I am getting better. I still need a lot of work, but with this truck I will say, because obviously where the mirror is for reversing, it makes, or the display I should say, makes life that a lot easier on lining up. Righty then, so let's have a look. We're probably going to need a little bit of everything and anything in here. So, we'll start off with peas. We've got peas, we've got green beans. I don't think we've got much green beans, but we'll just grab what we can. We've got carrots here, we've got parsnips on the end there. We'll just fill up with whatever we can. First things first though. What is the maximum capacity for peas? 240. So I'm going to limit these all to 240, so that should be on the front. Yeah, 240. 1, 2, 3. 240. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And hopefully... Oh, did I go back too far? I did. I hope I did that one right. It's actually, stop that there for just a second. Alt L. It changed it. 240. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's try that now. Then in that should stop at 240, which it does show on here, which is what I wanted. I wasn't seeing it a minute ago. I guess I didn't recognize it. There we go. Right then. So we got that. I don't think we have any green beans. Let's have a look. Nope, okay. I do know I've got some in the field, so that is not a problem. So that's fine for the minute. We'll grab some carrots. I'm pretty sure all of these are 240, aren't they? So 240, yep. Carrots. And the nice thing is they don't really go through much, to be honest, with these, so it's kind of good. Right, let's go onto that rear trailer. Let's set this up now. So 240 on each of these. So 240, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go into the back one. Make sure that that's set as well. 240,000. Okay. What have we got next? Parsnips. I don't think I've got any parsnips. And my camera doesn't go further enough back. Right, so that's the front one sorted, so you're fine. Let's just check, see if we've got any parsnips left in here. I doubt it. Okay, we do. So where the heck's the fill plane? If I've got 300,000 litres in there, where's the fill plane? Bad, Mr. Green Thumb. I'm just kidding. So parsnips. We've got peas, we've got carrots coming. Spinach. Now see, that's going to be that end silo there. So let's grab that. Oops, stop. Nope, I don't want parsnips. Why is that coming up with parsnips? I don't want parsnips. That should be spinach coming out of there. Oh yeah, I've got to change it, haven't I? Duh. Oh, that's evil. It has to be over 1 million for it to start showing, eh? Really? That's bonkers. There we go, so we're now got all 4 crops that we need. So let's get this over to the preserve factory, unloaded, and yeah, we'll call it there for today, I think. There we go. But yes. Yeah, to be honest, I do know there's quite a few people who do like using controller and get on well with it. But yep, I will say is I do like the steering wheel over the keyboard and mouse, that is for definite. There is still some jobs that I do still use the keyboard and mouse for, I will say. But overall, I tend to stick with the wheel and pedal and stuff like that as much as I can. And I am trying my best to stay in cab for the majority of travelling. However, when it comes to field work, I will say I do like coming out of cab. So one of the things I do tend to do, and you probably notice this obviously when I'm streaming a lot, I do come out of cab a lot. It's more for showing off the map itself. It's not really for me, but it's kind of for you guys to see what I've been getting up to. So yeah, the more the cars and the capacity, the more the... Yeah, I know. I'm just winding you up. I know. I know how it all works. I know how it works. Have you figured out how to do the dynamic fill plane yet, Green Thumb? You haven't? Oh, okay. Yes, now that is one that I think I would be interested to know how all that works as well. See, actually, there's another thing as well. With, like, for example, those mines. Mr. Shoddy, thank you very much for the tier retro. So obviously, like with the mines, for example, where you've got, was it about a dozen different material triggers, as it were, fill triggers, what they call them. Can they be changed in size? That's something I wouldn't mind knowing, because it would be kind of nice to have on for here, for example, if it just had one miner. And by the way, thank you. If I oh yeah, I did say, didn't I? yeah, so rather than having the multiple different triggers there all dumping material onto the ground, can it have just one larger trigger, or whatever you want to class it as, set up in that mine area, and you just keep refilling and refilling and refilling? That is one thing I think would be kind of nice to know whether or not that can be done. There we go. And last compartment. There we go. For some weird reason, it's still recognizing carrots in that first one. There we go. We'll get that last one. There we go. But that should clear itself at some point. It's a giant's numbering, I guess. Maybe if I back up a bit, can I go back to that front trailer? Hit you. No more space for capacity. Maybe once it gets cleared a bit, it'll be fine. But anyway, then, need to watch a Giant's Blender guide. I'm sure it will be the same as in the vehicle. I would have thought so, to be honest. It's similar, but yeah, if you ever figure it out, let us know. But anyway, guys, we're going to call it that for today. So a big, huge thank you for all you guys coming out. Much appreciated. Also, for those guys who did tune in over on YouTube, welcome in. Thank you very much. Obviously, let's get over to the ending screen, wherever the heck it is. My button. There we go. Sorry, I'm going to cut the fishing short. It will keep going, so don't worry. But yeah, big, huge thanks for tuning in. Obviously, for you guys over on YouTube, we're going to call it there for now. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you bright and early on Monday.